am live again. I'm live every day this week. I will be live again tomorrow. Tomorrow will be earlier. I don't have school and I won't be in my car. But I've done half of my face over here. And we're going to do that over here. I do have all my makeup. I do have the brush collection. Oh, yay. They're letting everybody know. Woohoo. Okay, so I'm going to get started because I don't have as much time as I usually do. My daughter is graduating from kindergarten today and I have to be there in 25 minutes. So we're going to do this as quick as I can. Hi, hello, how are you? Amanda Saint Artist. I've already prepped my face with my Milk Hydro Grip, which I should make a point to go get that today if I have time. I've got my nice Alani Peach because mommy didn't sleep last night. I went to bed at 11, got up at 5. That's the story of my life. Okay, Saint Makeup. Yay, yay. I do have my whole face today. The whole face is packed. I got bunches of options for lip and cheeks. I am basing today's look on my color match letters. So when you get color match, send me your makeup free selfie. Send me this side so you can get this side. And I will recommend a laundry list. I always put an asterisk by the basics. Your main highlight, your main highlight, your brightening highlight, your contour, and then a lip and cheek. That's your basics. Get a palette 4. It's significantly smaller, but you want brushes. Today's collection, if you want a color match, if you have a color match and haven't bought yet, today is the best collection. You get the blend brush. This is one of my favorite brushes. I do obviously color correcting. I've got stuff. This is my hands down my favorite brush. This is a light application brush. If you like light foundation, this is a great brush. If you have color correcting, this is your brush. I use this brush every single day. Everything in this collection I use every single day. I don't leave home without it. Every trip I load up this bag and it always has these brushes. All 4 brushes are always with me no matter where I am. All right, detail brush. This is a great all over brush. It's a good, so you have your light coverage brush. Now you've got your medium to full coverage brush. This is great for contouring, okay? Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is a great contouring brush. It gets into those little crevices, makes straight lines. So good. You've got this one for details around it. Detail brush. These two together are peanut butter and jelly, just the way that I always recommend the blush and bronzer because it comes in a collection and it's an $11 savings. And then I add this as a second brush because they go together so well. But this brush right here, I mean, this, if I'm using one brush, you better believe if I color corrected prior, it was with this brush. The next brush is the eyeshadow brush. Great, has this nice small dense end and then a great fluffy end. I'm gonna be using that. I'm gonna use all of them, obviously. Really great eyeshadow brushes. It's the most popular out of all the eyeshadow brushes. There's this one and then there's the smudge brush, which was in the collection from, was it yesterday? I think so. It's a great brush, but this is a fan favorite. And then the line brush. I use this for my brows. I use it for eyeliner. I even used it for today's lip liner. It's a great brush. You got this spoolie to comb things out, and this small little guy gets you so much detail. So we're going to use these brushes today. I will use a little demi brush for my under eyes just because. But let's dig in. I'm going to do my eyes first. So when I say I'm basing today's look off of color matches, I'm doing it even down to my eyeshadow recommendations. In every color match, I recommend the same 3 colors to everybody. And it's because I feel like it's a universal trio. You've got Drift, you've got Claire. In the picture Claire online, it does not look accurate. And I'm just going to say that. This is it's a cool toned pink. And then Oak. Oak is great for brows. That's what I'm wearing today. It's a great eyeshadow color and it can be deepened. These colors are great on their own, but they're also really beautiful together. So today's look is purely based off of when I color match you. This would be the face you would use. And this is an amazing collection to go with it. So again, if you're sitting on a color match, today's the day to go buy it. Today's the day. Send me your color match. I will make sure to get every color match I get today out today so that you can partake in this collection because this collection is, again, only available for today. All right, let's get her started. I am going to go into my brightening highlight with the blend brush to prep my eyelids. And it's because I have discoloration and I have veins, and so I cancel it out using a brightening highlight and I just go really light. And that's why I like the blend brush for this. I always prep my lids with the blend brush, no other brush, unless I'm specifically doing it on purpose. This is the brush that I use. Then I go into my setting powder because I always use a lot of it because I'm oily, and I set it. The cream is just canceling out the discoloration, and the powder is setting it, but also creating a blendable surface because powders blend better on powders. But if you have questions throughout this, please put them in the comments and I will answer them obviously right away. And we're going to get started. The first color I'm going to go into always is Drift. For the same reason I always do, I don't want it to compromise my eyeshadow look, and I like a little pop of shimmer up here. That's why. That's it. If I put this on last, it's just going to push all my color down and it's going to make me look more hooded. But I like a good low flex shimmer because I don't feel like it matures my skin as much as others. And I do this first because if you have fine lines under your eyes like I do, or just wrinkles, whatever, if you have texture under your eyes, having a darker color like oak fall into them, it's essentially like doing that paint project when you were a kid where you put the paint on and then you smash it. That's what happens when you have a cream under your eye and powder like oak falls into it. It's going to make them look darker and deeper under your eyes and can mature your under eyes. So that's why we do the eyeshadow first. The only reason you'll see me do it on here in the reverse is for the sake of having my whole face on for an eyeshadow tutorial. Anyways, I'm going to use the fluffy end and I'm going to go into Claire right here, and I'm going to go all over my lid. Isn't that such a pretty pink color? And then I'm going to bring this up onto my brow bone because it's a transition color and I am hooded. And so you want to bring this up so when your eyes are just resting, you can see the colors. I mean, you've got them. Show them off. Next, I'm going to go into my short end and I'm going to go into oak. And I'm going to go under my eyes. And then I'm going to bring this up. I like adding a little bit of darkness under my eyes. Grabbing some more oak and I'm going to push this on the outer lid and into where I brought it up here. And then I'm pushing on that brow bone so that when I'm resting, you can still see it. I'm going to take this fluffy and I'm just going to blend it out. I love oak. It is one of my favorite colors. All right, next I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to go back into Drift. And I'm going to go right here on the inner part of my eye, just like that. Take that fluffy in. I'm going to clean it off. If you don't have a cleaning towel, get one. And then we're just going to pull this up and in. I need more over here. Let's do that. There we go. Now they match better. I think I did it with the brush over there, but just do that. And I'm going to leave this alone and I'll decide to touch it up later. Actually, I want to add a little bit of liner. I'm going to grab my line brush and I'm going to go to my contour, which is indigo. I need to clean this off because there's lip liner on it. All right, boom, 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 boom. Again, I use that cleaning tile all the time. I'm going to grab my indigo onto the brush and I am going to get right here and I'm going to hold my eye because I'm naughty and I'm going to use it indigo as my liner. And I'm going to push it right down here too. You have no idea how hard this is on a phone. Isn't that pretty? It is. I know it is. All right. The eyes for now are done. I'm going to do my brows last because I don't want, when I put my makeup on, to mess them up. First brush, the blend brush. Again, if you have questions or just want to say hi, I have a little bit of time, just a little bit of time. I'm going to go in on the small end and I'm going to go into Aspen. This is by far my favorite color correcting brush. I do the lightest amount. If you put on too much Aspen and your face looks gray, that's okay. You just blend it down. It's going to be okay. This isn't your only color on your face, so you didn't screw up. This is incredibly forgivable makeup, but I like Aspen just to mute the redness that's in my acne scarring and the touch of rosacea I have on my cheeks. All right, I'm going to go in with that fluffy end and I'm going to go into my suede lip liner. And then I'm going to go right here and get that hyperpigmentation that I have coming in. It's really more prominent over here, but I have a little spot right there. This helps to camouflage it. I love it. I'm going to go into Mango. Touch of Mango because I know I'm going to take pictures today. So I want to have a little extra coverage on my acne scarring. Sure, that's what I'm going to do. And for some reason, my acne is so much worse over here. All right. I'm also going to use this brush to go into Athens and my Brightening Highlight White Peach. I have breakouts and I want to give them some coverage down here. This is my biggest breakout area lately. I don't understand why. I'm just probably not washing good enough. But I'm using my white peach to lighten my main highlight to a place where my neck is always lighter than my face. And so this kind of customizes that shade to something a little lighter, just like that. Okay, I'm going to use a quick demi brush. You know what I was thinking? I always have a nice time on my YouTube when I go live. I was thinking of doing a regular Makeup Monday live. What do we think about that? Would you guys be open to it? Would that be annoying? I could just do tutorials too, where I just upload videos, but I just thought I always have so much fun. I'm going to use the pointy, and this is the spot brush if you got the Demi Touch collection. And I went into I'm going into YO1, and I'm going to use it right here in this trough. Lightness pulls out where darkness pulls in, and I'm just going to do that right here just to give the illusion I don't have that trough. And then I'm going to take this fluffy end because I only have one demi brush. I'm going into 03, and I'm just going to brighten where things look a little dingy, like that. Isn't that pretty? I mean, if you have mature eyes, that's a great option if you don't want to use a brightening under your eye. All right, I'm going to switch to the detail brush to do my whole mug. And we're going to go into Athens as my main highlight. And I'm going to just even up this. So I'm just going to grab it. And you see how it just kind of erases that discoloration? And then I'm bringing it up and over into my crease above my lip, onto my chin to cover the redness, even things out, covering that scarring. Look at that. And I tap in, don't wipe in. You don't want your bristles sticking together. But look how it just evens things out. Super nice. And now we'll just go in and I'm going to put on the rest of my face. Everything in here is foundational coverage. Everything. It's 80% pigmentation, so you don't need to pile a lot of makeup on. But look how just adding that main highlight just brightened up, livened up my face. Creams work really well on skin because it works with the texture of your skin in a way, and I like using a brush like the buff brush, like the detail brush. I like those denser brushes because it gets it into your skin, and it's just so pretty. All right, I'm going to go into my indigo, tapping it on, and I'm going to go right up here. And all I'm doing here is giving myself a foundational coverage that goes with the tone of my shadow. So I'm able to cover and have dimension all at the same time. I'm going to go to the small end, and I'm going to go into white peach, and I'm going to go right here by the brow, in between here, and I'm going to go over the brow. This is why I'm doing my brows last, because I always mess them up when I do this part. And then I'm going to pull this up and into that contour. That's why I didn't need to take this color up here. When my brightening white peach goes in with my indigo together, it creates a foundational coverage right here that's very much like what I need. And it's less makeup on my face, which means less cakiness, because we don't like that cakey makeup. My old makeup, it didn't just look cakey. It wasn't like frosting. It was like frosting left, like, you know that buttercream frosting when you leave it out overnight? That's what my makeup used to look like at the end of the day, and it drove me bonkers. All right, I'm going to use my small end again, and I'm just going to hit my Cupid's bow and my chin. Your brightening highlight is meant to be lighter than your actual skin tone. It's supposed to look like reflecting light. You can see it tracks. Okay, so going in on the side, I'm going to grab a little bit, and I'm going to go over here on the side of my nose. This is why I like the detail brush. I can make a straight line. I can square off. I hit my lip. Square off. Boom, boom. My nails are a little longer than I usually do. All right, so we're going right there. I'm pushing this up towards my natural brow, and then I'm going to stampy, stampy, stamp. Stampy, you see that? I have a bump, and that's what I'm always trying to avoid, is that fella right there. But by far, out of all the collections, if you're sitting on a color match, this is the collection you really want. I'm taking this small end, going into white peach. This is just a great getting you started collection. I'm going to use my finger, and that just gives me the nose I like. Whatever's left, I'm just going to give a little extra boost right here. Do that. Boom. There we go. Boom. All right, going in on the side again. Everything in this collection is one of my daily use brushes. And nobody could call me a liar, because if you watch my videos, the brushes you always see, this side definitely needs to get evened out. I use these brushes all the time. I mean, if you see my first of the month lives, beginning of the month lives, these are the brushes I'm always using. Hands down, my favorite. I don't like to contour with anything else. I've contoured with others and I like them, but hands down, this is the brush that is always with me when I go out of town. Boom. Grabbing a little bit, and I'm just going to get right here. I like to go up in front of the earlobe and then down. It hides these chins that keep wanting to fall out. Whew. And then right here, it just structures it and snatches things up a little bit. I am going to grab my bronzer, and I'm just going to put it on one end. And I'm going to go right here. This is the only place I really put bronzer. Tomorrow, I'm going to try something new because tomorrow's collection is a bronzer collection. You get a really pretty illuminator. It's a cream, and it's honey, and it's so pretty. It's sheer, and it goes really well with bronzer. All the creams go really well with bronzer, so it's whatever. But it's the blush and bronzer brush, bronzer, and then honey. So I'll be playing with some bronzer tomorrow. Maybe I'll try it as a contour. I've done it. You can do it. I mean, for a long time, there were no contours, and that was the only option we had. I used to use eyeshadow to contour, but anyways. Okay. I feel like it might be just lighting. I think it is. Okay. Let's get started. I'm going to do my cheeks. I'm using Frenchie. I've used Wildflower. I've used the New Melody. I've used Saint Tropez that's always available, and I always go back to Frenchie. And it's been a source of controversy on the YouTube lately. And I don't like Frenchie alone unless you're very fair toned. It can easily unless you like a very natural look. If you want it to be more pink, but you like the level of Frenchie, Madrid would be your next option. But I like Frenchie to use as a tool. I think that's where things were different between me and another artist. But I use it as a tool because I do have a lot of stuff. Anyways, I am going to go into Hollywood as my lip and cheek right here. I'm just not wanting to be quite as punchy. I'm going to go into my blend brush. Where are you at? Just dropping it in the bag. Using that fluffy, and I'm going to blend it out, smiling, and then I bring it into Frenchie. I'm going to go into Saffron. I love Saffron. That was my one. I always used Frenchie with it, but before I was an artist, I used Saffron, but I would use Frenchie with it. Like this, and it was one of my favorites. It's really pretty as a lip liner, but we're not doing that today. All right, we're gonna stick with the blend brush. Hello, how are you? Is it Rain? Am I saying that right? I hope I said it right. Okay, we're going in on the small end, and I'm gonna tap into my white peach, and I'm gonna go under my trough right there, and I'm gonna bring it up into that inner corner, and I'm tapping it because I have that demi under. And I like the way Demi works with my under eyes. I don't like Demi under any other, yes, you did say it correctly, thank you. Okay, I don't like Demi under my face makeup. I do like it under my brightening makeup. I like it the way they work together to brighten my under eyes. I like a really punchy under eye, but that's why I like doing my makeup after my eye makeup, because then I can clean things up and it looks really nice. Take that fluffy end, bring these together. Ta-da! Let's grab that line brush, and we're going to use Oak to do brows. I'm going to clean her off because I've been using it for other things. And I'm going to go into Oak, and I'm going to show you how Oak can be. Do you guys know how? Oh, I need a mirror. Oak is such a pretty color that can be used in multiple ways. It can be an eyeliner. You can use a denser end, a denser brush to deepen eyeshadow with it, kind of like I did today. But you can also make hair strokes with it. So that's Oak going in and over. Should have tapped that off. Okay, grabbing some more Oak. Boom, boom, boom. And we are going to tap it off, and I'm going to go a quarter of the way in on the top and over. And over. Okay, I have to get going because I have to be somewhere in 7 minutes. Oh boy. All right, so we're just going to get the front here. If you get it wet, you can make hair strokes. I just realized I don't have time. So we're going to get this colored in. We're going to take that spoolie, and we're just going to blend this all together. You don't need brow wax. I liked the brow wax for a while, and then I realized I really don't need it. I am going to clean off my line brush that I just threw back in. And I'm going to go into Renaissance. If you like Renaissance but you didn't get it, there's a link on my link tree for MAC Half Red. Look at I like a brush that does more than one thing. Look at how it lines the lips, so nice. All right, then I'm going to take Homecoming. I like to apply Homecoming like that because it's sheer, but look at how pretty that is. It's so pretty mixed in with Renaissance. Oh, yeah. But if you like Renaissance and you didn't snag it, go get MAC Half Red. All right, I am going to take my blend brush in with the small end. I'm going to go into Indigo, and I'm just going to get right here and here just to create a little shadow, because I do what I do, grabbing some of my white peach, and I'm going here because I do what I do, and I'm going to use the brush right there. There we go. There we go. I want to add, what is this, saffron? Because it's pretty. Ooh! Ooh! That's pretty. Okay. That's it. I think that's everything. I'm going to take my setting spray, get that half of the face, and then I'm going to take the big end of the blend brush. I'm going to go into my powder, and I'm going to go out here, and while my face is still damp, I am pressing in my powder, pressing in that setting spray, like that. Boom. I'm sorry I didn't have as much time today, but that's my mug. That's the collection. If you're looking to get any collection, this Saint in 6 years has only done 2 brush sales. And I believe last year was 20% off. This year it's 30% off. They never do brushes at 30% off, ever. I've never seen them do it. In the 3.5 years I've been using Saint, I've never seen them do 30% off on their brushes. And they've never done collections like this except for now 2 times in 6 years. So definitely capitalize on it. Today's brush collection is a brush collection that you will easily be able to get and just use all of them and be perfectly happy with. That's a full collection right there. I would consider today's collection a full collection. That's my opinion on it. But tomorrow is the blush and bronzer, and Bella bronzer with honey illuminator. So I will be back live tomorrow. I will be at my house. Today's the last day of school. I'm going to go watch my daughter graduate from kindergarten. My last baby. And I've had way too much Alani. A cup and a half of coffee and an Alani. I'm wired. But that's it. This is my dressy hair today. And that's it. Message me for a color match. Snag this collection. This is a great, you can even disperse this as gifts. Buy ahead for Christmas. Save yourself 30%. This is a good collection. You definitely, definitely, definitely want it. But that's it. Message me. I want to hear from everybody. I wish I had more time to just hang out. Oh, and let me know if you'd be interested in an every Monday live because they can be fun. Okay, that's it. Have a great day.